they're off. To a huge cheer from the massive crowd here at Kempton. This is the Grade 1 Ladbrokes King George VI Chase. 3 miles ahead of them, and it is Il Est Français who bounds into the early lead, followed by the Jukebox Man, and then towards the outside is Django Bay. As they go, the first Jello is the back marker, and on now towards the open ditch. And it's Harry Kempton and Il Est Français with a break of a couple of lengths over the field, flying over that open ditch clear. A little slow at the back of the field with Jello, and so they go now onto the turn into the back straight. Il Est Français by 2 lengths towards the outside, the Jukebox Man. Then keen against the inside rail is Gaelic Warrior. In 4th, last year's winner Banbridge. And then in quite close quarters, Factor File just had to be taken off heels, just got caught in a little bit of a box. Then towards the outside is Django Bay with Master Chewy, last but 1, and Jello is the back marker. And now they go towards fence number 3. Il Est Français comes to it with a clear lead. There was a couple of lengths. They crossed over that first plain fence in the back straight. Il Est Français to Gaelic Warrior, Keeley against the rail. On his outside is the Jukebox Man, and then Banbridge as they go over the next plain fence. Then Factor File, followed out a little bit wider by Django Bay. Now there's a break of about 3 lengths to Master Chewy and a further 3 lengths to Jello. This is an open ditch. Fence number 5, Il Est Français, jumps it really well. All of them safely over, and now on towards the final fence taken down the back straight, which will be the 6th. Il Est Français by a length and a half to the Jukebox Man in 2nd. Gaelic Warrior over in 3rd, Banbridge in 4th. Out wide, Django Bay is in 5th. To the inside rail, Factor File racing in 6th. And now closing up from the back of the field, Jello around the outside of Master Chewy. Into another turn they go, and on now towards the final 2 miles of the Grade 1 Ladbrokes King George. And the leader continues to be Il Est Français. Il Est Français by a length and a half to the Jukebox Man, who races in 2nd. Making an early move around the wide outside with Django Bay into a dispute of 3rd, with Gaelic Warrior on the inside between horses. Banbridge shuffled back to 5th. Factor File is in 6th. Jello now is in 7th and has relegated Master Chewy to be 8th and last. On towards fence number 8, Il Est Français put himself right, still leads by a couple of lengths. In 5th position, Banbridge just landed a little steeply, having hit the top of that fence. On now towards the 9th, it will be the last in a circuit's time, and it is Il Est Français who leads them towards halfway, sails over that plain fence in front of the stands. The Jukebox Man in 2nd and Gaelic Warrior in 3rd, and Django Bay is in 4th and Banbridge 5th. And then a length and a half back to Factor File, a further length to the outside Jello, and creeping up on the inside is Master Chewy. So they've reached halfway in the King George, and it is still Il Est Français who's led them for a circuit in the hands of Harry Kempton. Racing in 2nd, the Jukebox Man and Ben Jones. Then the pink colours on the inside of Paul Townend on Gaelic Warrior, and Paul just takes a little look back to see where some of his main rivals may be. He sees on his outside Nico de Boinville on Django Bay, and then Banbridge and Sean Bowen. Switch wide, Factor File and Mark Walsh as they go over the first fence on their 2nd circuit. Charlie Deutsch and Jello last but 1, and Sam Twiston Davis and Master Chewy at the back of the field. Onto an open dip. Il Est Français had to really reach for that. Scopy enough, however, still to have a lead of 2 lengths over the Jukebox Man in 2nd, and then Django Bay to the outside now into 3rd. Still right on the inside rail, Gaelic Warrior is in 4th, followed by Banbridge in 5th, and then out wider, Factor File in 6th. Master Chewy and Jello, although relegated once again to 8th and last, he's no more than 5 lengths now off the leader, Il Est Français, with a mile to go, 7 more fences to take. Il Est Français still have the lead. To the Jukebox Man in 2nd, and Django Bay wide on the inside then is Gaelic Warrior over the 7th from home, at which Jello was just a little slower in the air than some, ridden away from it. On now towards fence number 13. Il Est Français still have the lead. The Jukebox Man only 2 lengths away, racing in 2nd. To the inside, Gaelic Warrior. Out wide, Django Bay between them is Banbridge, and then Jello and Factor File and Master Chewy. The final open ditch is fence number 14. Il Est Français by about a length and a half to the Jukebox Man in 2nd. Now being pushed along is Django Bay in 3rd. They're punching up, going towards the 4th from home, and it was Il Est Français, but he's joined now by the Jukebox Man on his outside. Django Bay right there in a very close third. Jello makes a big move around the outside. He is now in fourth. Just covered up then is Gaelic Warrior with Banbridge. Master Chewy on the inside. Factor File around the outside. Still no more than 4 lengths. Splits this star-studded field of 8 as they make the turn for home. 3 fences to go in the Ladbrokes King George, and it's now Django Bay on the outside of the Jukebox Man. Jello is right there. Gaelic Warrior is on the inside. Banbridge tries to go through between horses. Factor File towards the wide outside. Down towards the second from home. The Jukebox Man had a lead of only a neck to on the inside. Gaelic Warrior. Banbridge, the reigning champion with every chance. Django Bay right on the outside. Still a length between the leading 4 in the King George. Over the final fence. Banbridge a nose in front. Gaelic Warrior to the inside. The Jukebox Man racing up towards the line in a head-bobbing finish in the centre of Jukebox Man. On the far side, Gaelic Warrior. And on the near side, Banbridge in a classic renewal of the Ladbrokes King George.